Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Geek Talk, where I am the host, Sabrina Lowery, better known as the Tech Evangelist, and I am giving entrepreneurs expert knowledge. We are live on your Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn platforms, and you can catch the replay on your favorite podcast platforms. We want to make sure that you are able to see us live. We are behind the scenes, courtesy of Instagram. Follow at Sabrina Lowry. And I want to make sure that everyone knows exactly where you should be following us on YouTube at Sabrina Lowry RE Tech. Make sure you turn on your reminders every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am very excited to continue this 16th, y'all. Can you believe it? We just gonna give up some virtual claps for Geek Talk, bringing entrepreneurs, our experts, those subject matter experts, and all of those gems and the knowledge that they have for this audience. So I want to give everyone an opportunity to let us know where you are tuning in from. I want to make sure to shout you out on the broadcast. And again, behind the scenes for my Instagram followers, Sabrina Lowry. All right, so I'm ready to jump into the conversation and welcome our guests because tonight's topic is not just about technology. It's not just about leadership. It's about how we are going to rise and lead. All right. So I want to introduce our very special guest who is coming to us live from the state of Maryland. Her name is Dr. Yes, Dr. Kenyatta Powers-Rucker. And Dr. Kenyatta Powers-Rucker is the visionary leader behind the Ladies and Tech and Friends book movement. And not only is this a movement, but she is the driving force behind the Ladies and Tech and Friends Volume 4, Building Careers Not Meant for Us. And this number one Amazon best-selling anthology highlights the stories of women who have broken barriers, challenged stereotypes, and built meaningful careers in spaces where they were often overlooked, underestimated, and never expected to lead. So without further ado, Dr. Kenyatta Powers-Rucker, welcome to Geek Talk.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure, as always, to be on Geek Talks with Miss Sabrina Lowry. I certainly appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you again for saying yes to our audience, for being here. We want to give everyone an opportunity to join in the conversation and post your comments, post your questions, tag a friend, your business bestie. Let them know Geek Talk is live every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, LinkedIn, and on Instagram. So let's just jump into the conversation, shall we? I would love for us to jump into what's been going on with Dr. Kenyatta Powers-Rucker since the last time we've introduced you on our show. There's a little something, something, something in the front of Kenyatta Powers-Rucker. Please reintroduce yourself to our audience.
Yes. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Yes. Well, I will say I am Dr. Kenyatta Powers-Rucker. I received my doctorate in Christian leadership, and it has definitely been a journey, and I am most appreciative of that journey. So I am, as she said, a Kenyatta Powers Rucker. I am a former Chief Information Officer. I have been in technology and leadership for almost 30 years. Yes, I am now an executive leadership strategist and founder, as you mentioned, of Ladies in Tech Platform. That is one of my biggest joys of Ladies in Tech Platform. But throughout my career, I've led in high level environments where the expectations were high, pressure was real, the margins for hesitation was small. But what I've learned throughout my journey of almost 30 years, and both in our journey and working with other women, is that yeah, we as women, we have the capabilities. We have capabilities and we have the structure, but we sometimes struggle in believing in ourselves. So the Rise and Lead leadership experience, in which we will talk about more, is something that helps women get through those challenges and through those struggles. So while the work that I do now focuses on helping women shift that, right, to lead with clarity and confidence and authority, not just in theory, but also in real live situations. So I'm excited to be able to get into this conversation today with Sabrina.
Thank you, Kenyatta. I appreciate you. Again, I am checking in with all of our live viewers. We want to give a shout out to our regular Geek Talk audience and those that are always tuned in faithfully every Tuesday on your favorite channels, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So I want to give everyone an opportunity because it looks like Facebook may be having a little technical difficulties, and so,
Mhm.
if that is the case, that is okay. What I'm going to do is go ahead and share our live YouTube link to the audience. And this also goes for us all on Instagram behind the scenes, right? So, this is what we'll do. We'll go on over to this is the live, y'all. Go on over to YouTube, grab that link. I'm going to grab that link and I'm going to share this on over to our Facebook audience, making sure that everyone can grab that live stream. All right, so let's go in. Let's say we are live. We are live. And here is our link. Because of the technical difficulties, I want to apologize in advance to those of you that are faithful viewers on Geek Talk, okay? Because I understand sometimes the internet happens, and that is why we push this replay on your favorite podcast platform. So there it is. All right. So that YouTube link is there for the audience tonight. Kenyatta, thank you so much again for your patience and for being our guest. And I want this content to go viral, right? I want everyone to make sure that you are getting this information. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here and for tuning into another episode of Geek Talk. So if you're ready, Dr. Kenyatta Powers Rucker, I have some questions for you, my dear. So, on our very first episode of Geek Talk, when we kicked off several months ago in 2026, this was before the Ladies in Tech book launch. This was right at the time when you were in the process of this doctorate, madam. Yes. So, I want you to tell us that you mentioned before, not only in our author circle, but in those that you mentor in your coaching program, that many women don't lack capability, right? They actually lack this struggle with belief. So I want to clip that and I want to ask, what do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that is most women that I work with, and even for myself when I'm starting in my journey, is that you have the experience, you have the knowledge, but sometimes when it's time to speak, or make a decision or lead with some visibility, you hesitate. And it's not because you don't know what to say or you don't know what to do, but because we don't fully believe in yourself. And maybe especially at the level that you may be. And for me, that shift really wasn't just about confidence. It was about understanding that my leadership was not accidental. My leadership was intentional, that I was meant to be there. So when you truly believe that God has placed you in the role that you're in, we really stop questioning, whether we belong. You stop questioning if you belong there and you start leading like you belong there. Believing in yourself, it's important.
Thank you so much for that, Kenyatta. When I think about many of the rooms that we've shared tables, yes,
Mm-hmm.
and I've watched your leadership style. And one point of our time together, you actually gave us the questionnaire and did a live social experiment, if you will, to challenge us to identify our leadership traits.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you just inform and educate our entrepreneurs that are on the road to leadership what those traits are?
So there's different leadership traits and how we perceive how we are as leaders, right? We have different things like resilience. Boy, then that is a key word for us in leadership and women in leadership. Resilience. How resilient are you when things come about and you have challenges that come your way? Integrity, another character trait, is how, what do you do when people's not looking? How much integrity do we have in the workplace? So there's different character traits that can just show us of who exactly what type of leader we are, of being a servant leader and being able to serve the people, being able to serve in who we are as a leader. There's different character traits that could have collaboration and collaborating with who the different leaders and being able to have a community. And that's a lot of things that what we focus on in Rise and Lead and Ladies in Tech, and collaboration and a community, and having a community in which you can network in, a network where you can mentor in which you can coach in which you can, help another individual, another woman in the workplace. So there's different levels of those character traits that can definitely identify of who we are as a leader.
Oh, I love that so much, Kenyatta. Thank you for that, because there are some of our audience members that may not have had a leader in front of them that led them in a way that showed
Mhm.
them the type of leader they wanted to be. Sometimes there are some leaders that they want to actually mock and mimic the way their leadership style is. But I
Absolutely.
also have been the type of leader that I learned to do as I say, not as I'm told.
Mhm.
And or as I do kind of thing. I lead by example. So in other words, I don't mind getting my hands dirty.
Oh,
I don't
absolutely.
mind being boots on the ground if that is something that I expect of my team members, so that they
Absolutely.
understand that there are some days when you must serve the people as a leader,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So
And
what does
and
that look like?
serving is a big part of leadership. Serving your people, serving people in general, right? You have to know your people, know understanding your team, being able to serve them, being able to elevate them. Our job as a leader is not just to tell people what to do. How can we cultivate people? How can we help people get to the next level? How can we make sure that they are where they're supposed to be and doing the work that they're supposed to be doing? Servant leadership and helping others and making sure that they get their going through their path of their leadership as well.
Yeah. That's so powerful. So I want to just segue our conversation and let's clip that. Let's talk about what's happening when there are women that have things to say and they must just kind of get muted, as the young people say. How can they speak up and still be heard without being loud?
To speak up and being heard without being loud. Um, well, one is one I mentioned earlier, which is really, really key, and how we can be the leader that we need to be is believing in ourselves. Believing in ourselves. I can't really say how I can't say enough of how important that is. And it's about believing who you are about yourself, because it's truly your voice matters. If you're saying that you believe, because if it's she's truly believing, my voice matters, I bring value here, we would speak, right? But instead we have these thoughts that become, let me wait, or let me make sure it's right, or I don't think I'm good enough to say this. And then there's the hesitation that comes in, and that's where we get lost. That's where things stop. And that's where the next steps that come in. But it starts with your identity and who you are and who you believing and who you are. You have to decide who you are as a leader before you even walk into the room. So it's not really based on the meetings that are going on or who's in the room. It's based on truth. And for me, that truth is includes faith. To understanding that I was created with intention, that I'm equipped for what I've been given. I am equipped for the position that I stand in. And from there, it becomes practice. Speaking up when it feels uncomfortable, making decisions without overthinking yourselves, and showing up consistently as a leader that you were called to be. So, but
Oh,
it's not a
mm.
one-time shift. It is something that you have to build on.
Okay, so I definitely want to clip that. There is another speaker friend of mine, leader in the Atlanta area. She is an attorney by the name of Dana Thomas.
Mm,
She just recently made a poignant video about how she will always and forever from this day forward, for as long as she has breath in her body, speak about who she is and
yes.
why she serves. She said unapologetically, she will remind her audience that God is also with her and in the room
Absolutely.
and is speaking through her and sometimes for her. And I love that so much because I am the tech evangelist, because there is a way that I evangelize my message of technology to my audience of entrepreneurs. And when that happens, I know there is a God that shows up in the room.
Yes,
And
yes,
so
yes,
we
yes.
will continue to do this unapologetically. Clip that, StreamYard. Thank you. I love it. So the conversation will continue, Kenyatta. I want to hear your thoughts about that because you said here high performing women, they still get second guess themselves on this leadership journey, right? So what is that? What is that imposter syndrome? And maybe give us some tips about getting rid of her and telling her to go somewhere and sit down.
So, Eric, you are hilarious. Uh, because they've learned to tie their confidence into performance. That's one thing that we had to learn how, and especially as being high performing women in the workplace, that's maybe still second guessing themselves, not to tie our confidence into performance. So even when we do well, we're still evaluating ourselves, right? Did we do this right? Did I say that right? Could I have done this differently? And what I've learned is that our confidence, if it's based on performance, it's always going to fluctuate. But when your confidence is rooted in who you are, okay, once again, and rooted in who you are, And for me, that includes understanding how God created you, how God created and how God created me. Then it becomes stable. Right? You don't lose it just because the moment gets uncomfortable. Because when you know you are where you're supposed to be, you know you are where God has placed you to be, things become better and things become more comfortable. And that's where it's rooted. That's where it starts. So through Rise and Lead, we go through belief, we go through the faith. We also have some templates to help us because we can say things all day and we can do our affirmations and all day and who we are and what we do. But until we believe in ourselves, because if we don't believe in ourselves, no one else will believe in us. We have to be able to believe in ourselves first. And this imposter syndrome, I could just, yeah, it's one of those things of that I think is heavy. It's very heavy, but I know it turned around for me so much when I was rooted in who I was. When I was rooted in who I was, that's when it turned around for me.
Now, I love the fact that you were transparent and authentic with our audience. And so thank you for that. Because sometimes in our journey, we feel that we're doing it alone. And
Yeah.
we have some comments in the audience that I'm thankful for, thanking us, right? That serving is absolutely a part of leadership. Thank you so much for joining in the conversation. SRM Consulting Group LLC, and the comments that we are overcoming imposter syndrome along this leadership journey, because it does take that real work and it does take identifying not just who we are, but the purpose in which we are serving. Because sometimes our purpose is not for profit, sometimes it is non-profit. That's where the service comes in. Talk to the people, Dr. Kenyatta, and tell our audience about that servant part of their leadership journey and why that matters.
Servant leadership. Some of the things we previously talked about. Serving others. That's one of the things that's key to my heart as well. Two major things of how I try to live my life. That is pleasing God and serving others. And that's where Ladies in Tech and Rise and Lead stems from, is serving others and being able to see people grow, being able to foster some of the ways that people are moving in their careers. It really does, not even just for that person, but also for the leader itself. Being a servant leader and helping your teams. One of the things that, as a former CIO, the things that I stressed a lot was ensuring that you understood your team members, but you understood what their goals were. You understood what they wanted to do in the next 6 months, 1 year, 3, 5 year, 10 years, and how we as leaders could help people get there. How could we help our team members get to where they were called to be? How can we know what they were called to be and for working with them to do that, but also helping them get there? Being that a servant leader and helping people and dealing with the imposter syndrome, dealing with not being able to speak up or feeling comfortable enough to speak up in rooms. And then sometimes, you're around in those toxic work environments. And one thing I've always learned is that you can't really control other people, but you can control your own actions. And some of those things is what help us to be better leaders and things to be able to serve our staff members and our people in a better way.
That's so good. And I've watched you do it with such grace. And those are those qualities that I aspire to emulate as a leader, because there are rooms where sometimes I am the only squirt in the
Mm,
boardroom and
mm.
they want to hush me all the time. And no one wants to be hushed, regardless of their attire, let alone their gender, right? It's a human.
Absolutely.
A human is, I was hired just like you was hired. Is sometimes how I want to say it, but I've watched you in those difficult rooms and just, oh my goodness, that grace that you give. It's amazing, Kenyatta, and I love you for that. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's go back to our questions because there are some women that just beginning to shift, right? So how does she start believing in herself at any level, at any level, and then connect with the Rise and Lead program? Let's talk her through it.
At any level. That's amazing. That's something to really something to think about because being able to know who you are at any level. And when you think about any level, we're talking about people that may be an entry level, maybe people just starting. And I'm thinking of a technology or even starting being as a leader. And I really, really hate to keep honing in on certain things, but and before you even move forward, and whether you're starting at the bottom level or even if you're at a current high level, is knowing who you are. I can't really stress that enough because once you know who you are, everything becomes a little easier. Once you are embedded in your faith, things become a little easier. And once we going through the Rise and Lead program, there's Rise and Lead. It was created for both my experience from the things that I have experienced as a leader and some of the things that I saw in other women and some of my staff and some of the other people that I have worked with. A women who are already leading and some not so much, but still questioning themselves in those moments. So I didn't have a space like this when I was growing in my career. I didn't have a place where I could go to. I didn't have the community. I didn't have the mentorship that I wanted. So I wanted to create a space that I know I needed and as I was growing in my career. And these are some of the things that I wish that I was taught as I was growing in my career. A place where women can develop how they actually lead. We're not just talking about skill sets, we're also talking about concepts, leadership concepts, and being who you are as a leader.
Thank you so much for that, Kenyatta. And I want you to take a moment and I want you to recenter yourself in your camera frame. About a minute ago,
Oh,
there you go. There you go.
how I not see that? Okay,
There you go.
is it
Yep,
better?
just keep an eye on your backstage chat, all right, and I'll communicate with you there. No worries. I want you to be fantastic and showing up as your best self in this moment in our conversation. So let's continue, right? I thought that you mentioned earlier about who this Rise and Lead experience is for. And so I would like to take this opportunity to do a little screen share and give you the opportunity to extend that invitation and let these young women and these leaders at any level in their journey know how they can come under your leadership.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Rise and Lead is a 90-day, it's a faith based executive mentorship experience for women, mainly for women who are already leading, and but they know that they're called for more. This is for women who are in leadership. They carry responsibility, but still find themselves second guessing their voices and their decisions. Inside the experience, we focus on how you actually lead, right? How you see yourself, how you communicate, how you make decisions, how you may lead under pressure in those high pressure rooms, how you build and lead as a team. So the transformation, it really, when you stop questioning yourself in the moments that matter, Transformation is when you're speaking with clarity. Transformation is you're making decisions with confidence and you lead in a way that is aligned with who you are. You're leading in a way that's aligned in who God has called you to be. So, well, let's go. Rise and Lead also offers a bi-weekly program, bi-weekly calls, live mentorship sessions. For those that are very interactive, we offer monthly one-on-one sessions with each client, and we have on-demand teachings, we have frameworks, we have different videos and audios for and teaching to reinforce what we're working on from a bi-weekly basis. So there's a 90-day program, and every 2 weeks we have a different module that we're working on. But what I always emphasize is that this is not really about the format, though. This is really about the transformation, because every part of this experience is designed to help you show up differently in real leadership moments. Really, in how you speak, how you decide, how you lead under pressure, all of these real leadership moments. And you can find more information at kenyattapowersrucker.com. I'm actually starting a cohort for the leadership mentorship experience starting in June. But I would like to hear from you. I would like to have applied to get additional information from you. So there is a Google Sheet where you can complete to get more information about you, and then we can set up a call, a strategy session in which we can see if this is really a good fit for you. So the biggest piece is under Kenyatta Powers Rucker is with kenyattapowersrucker.com, my website, is to apply, and we can see if this is a good fit for you.
Thank you, Kenyatta. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
I love it when our subject matter experts have something for our audience, right? There's not just us showing up here in vain. We
Yeah.
are actually here to help our community. And so I would love for us to just in our final moments together, just again, help our community by sharing with them our Mother's Day book bundle special offer that I saw you celebrating the moms with the 4-part book bundle. Show the people, tell the people
Yes, yes,
all
yes,
about.
yes. So, as Sabrina has politely stated, we do have a Ladies in Tech bundle where you could get volumes one, two, three, and four as a Mother's Day special for $50. A small fee of $50. You can also get that at kenyattapowersrucker.com. I'm always want to make sure that our ladies are taken care of, but you have a woman in your life, and maybe it's even you yourself, a woman that you would like to empower. These 4 volumes are loaded with stories of different women in technology, even women in volume 4 is also and friends of people that may not always be in technology in military. There's different things of where different women, the different industries that women are, especially in volume 4. So each volume offers different strategies, they offer different stories, and how you can help and empower women, and not just in technology, but any male dominated field.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. As everyone can see, this is the KenyattaPowersRucker.com shop. You can get that book bundle, as she stated, get that 4-piece. That is amazing. All right, we are celebrating the moms. We are giving them, blessing them with an amazing book bundle. And so just in time for Mother's Day, it's not too late. You want to go to KenyattaPowersRucker.com and pick that up. Support the ladies in tech community and also support the Rise and Lead. That leadership program is amazing. Dr. Kenyatta Powers-Rucker has put something amazing together for you all. And it's here because, as our coach told us, the audience is waiting for what you're sitting on. So
That's
we're not
right.
sitting on it no more. We're
That's it.
giving
No,
it to the people.
exactly. 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 Being in technology for so long and now on this entrepreneur journey of making sure that your voice is heard and making sure that people are receiving what you are given and working in your God given gifts, your God given talents, your God given assignment, and being aligned in what He has called us to do. We know that we're ready for more. We know that we're ready for prospering moving forward. 2026 is going to continue to be a great year.
I agree. Let's clip that. Okay. So, as we conclude this episode, you've mentioned to us about the books. You mentioned to us about the leadership journey. What's next for Dr. Kenyatta Powers Rucker in 2026? Tell our audience, what should we be expecting?
So I have not really announced this, so I'm going to slightly announce. Is exactly we're moving with a Ladies in Tech Volume 5, and Volume 5 will be based on entrepreneurs, mainly on entrepreneurs, tech, ladies in tech and friends. We're going to extend it out. Ladies in tech and friends and entrepreneurs. And we will have a different type of book launch for this next volume. And this book first will be in collaboration with other people. And two, the book launch will be um, I'm going to say more of a retreat style than a regular our book launch in which we have. So we're trying to switch it up and do a little different for volume 5, but we're excited about it. We'll be talking more about the ladies in tech community, and that is another thing. The ladies in tech community is expanding. We're going to have more. We have a ladies in tech Facebook group. So those you can definitely join our Ladies in Tech Facebook group, in which we'll be expanding that and giving more information and having a community that's supportive of each other, being able to highlight some of the businesses of Ladies in Tech. We want to be able to support each other in our businesses. There's a lot of great things going on within Ladies in Tech and the businesses that we all have. And how can we support each other? We have people that are hiring, we have people that are in need of jobs. And so we have this collaboration of which we have amongst each other to help support each other. So more to come on Ladies in Tech, more to come on Ladies in Tech Volume 5. And one thing that we have not talked about here was that Miss Sabrina Lowery has been in all 4 volumes of Ladies in Tech, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what she also has not mentioned is that she is actually the forward author in Ladies in Tech Volume 4. So I have been riding and dying with with Sabrina for years, and I am that word collaboration. I am honored to be in collaboration with her in this Ladies in Tech journey, and I see big things coming for Ladies in Tech. And as we gather and being able to step back a little bit, do a little planning, and seeing how we can move forward and expanding. So we're
Uh,
looking forward to more of what we're offering for Ladies in Tech.
what an amazing announcement and what an awesome surprise. Thank you so much for dropping that on Geek Talk. Yes, y'all, you heard it here first. Dr. Kenyatta Powers Rucker is kicking off the call for authors. And you know it's going to be another bestseller. And you know it's going to be global. You know we're going to be winners all up and through the stratosphere as ladies in tech entrepreneurs. OMG.
Absolutely,
Because I
absolutely.
absolutely fit the criteria. I fit the bill. I cannot wait. You know, I will be the first to sign up. So I'm excited about that announcement. Kenyatta, congratulations. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you got to do is go to kenyattapowersrucker.com, put your inquiry in
Yes,
now, because I am
absolutely.
quite sure there is a limited capacity for this opportunity. Don't get me to rhyming and dropping some lines up in here, sis.
You know, it's another
Oh
thing
my
I want to
God.
mention on Ladies in Tech is
Yes.
that Ladies in Tech also has a Toastmasters Club. Ladies in Tech and Friends Toastmasters Club. And so, yes, you can connect with me and finding more information. It's a fairly new club, but we are meeting every second and fourth Wednesday. And we're getting invites and we're getting scheduled visits every single meeting. So it is expanding, it is growing, but we are being better speakers, being better leaders, being better communicators. And so this is a big piece of being an exceptional leader is, of course, making sure you are speaking correctly. I
Yes.
forgot all about that. Yes, that's another way Ladies in Tech is expanding our own Toastmasters Club.
Oh, I'm so excited. And yes, thank you so much for mentioning that to our audience. We are going to clip that so everyone knows that they can also get information about the Ladies in Tech Toastmasters Network. That is kicked off. It is live. It is active. The membership is growing. And so you can get with Dr. Kenyatta Powers-Rucker on that as well. So, Dr. Kenyatta, I'm so excited that you were here, that you are sharing these opportunities with everyone. And not just that, but I just thank you for accepting me into your community. I thank you for choosing me as one of your ambassadors and leaders here in the ATL. And I cannot wait to see what that looks like for the next chapter in
Yes.
our journey. So I know that we have done some opportunities virtually for our audience in the past, right? We've had our Ladies in Tech author chats and those
Mhm.
sorts of things. Are those opportunities still available to the community? And is that something that you want to share with the sisterhood while you are on the mic?
Well, we that is one thing that I would love to be able to move forward with is being able to do more of those. As I see Ladies in Tech expanding, is being able to have maybe monthly, maybe we start out quarterly, monthly meetups virtually that or in person, right? That where we are sharing different topics. It could be and how to be a better leader. It could be and how to be a better speaker. It could be and how to handle imposter syndrome. So these things, there's different things that we would like to do on a monthly basis. However, we have had our author chats, as Sabrina have mentioned. We've had several of the Ladies in Tech have been on a Geek Talk with Sabrina, and all of that is already out there on YouTube under Geek Talks as the Sabrina Lowery, as well as under my YouTube channel, Kenyatta Powers-Rucker. There's a Ladies in Tech YouTube channel as well. So we have some of the things from volumes 2, 3, and 4 are out there on YouTube. So as we like to expand on that as well. So more things to come for Ladies in Tech. I'm excited about it.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted the audience to know about. We are going to clip that and make sure that we have all our little clips so we can repurpose this content.
Okay, all right.
Yes, yes, Kenyatta, thank you so much for being here. Thank you again for always being a phenomenal guest and for sharing your wisdom because our audience needs those graceful leaders like you. And I just appreciate and love you so much.
No,
Keep up
I
the
love
great
you
work.
too, girl. Just be
Thank
stuck with me.
you.
Be stuck with me.
Oh, yes. how they say, we are lit for life.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to hang tight backstage, we are going to wrap this episode.
All right. Thank you. Thank you,
So
everybody.
much. All right, everyone. This has been another amazing episode of Geek Talk, where yours truly, Sabrina Lowery, affectionately known as the tech evangelist, is giving our entrepreneurial audience expert knowledge with tonight's special guest and my sister from another mister, that is Dr. Kenyatta Powers-Rucker. She is amazing. Go to her website, kenyattapowersrucker.com, and learn all about everything that she has growing on, upcoming events, book bundles, Mother's Day gifts, bonuses, specials, Toastmasters, and you name it. She got it for you. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want everyone to remember you have the opportunity to be my guest for only a short few more episodes in this season. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special announcement coming to you next week. So you've got to be here and tune in because there may be something changing on Geek Talk. And I will be dropping that announcement next Tuesday, live 7:30 Eastern Time. Can't wait to see you here, where our next special guest is Dr. Nadia Mansano. And I can't wait for her to have a conversation with our entrepreneurs. Thank you all so much for being here and make it a great rest of your day. Take care.